Hi everybody and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. This is part 2 of my refresh transformation to my dining room. So I've already, in the previous episode of this, I went ahead and prepped the walls and the wallpaper, and then I painted the ceiling and the walls, and now we're at the cleaning stage. So I am running the vacuum cleaner again. I vacuum a lot. I vacuum this room a lot over the course of the days. And then I'm moving on to deep cleaning the carpet with my carpet cleaner. It is a Bissell carpet cleaner, and I have an older version, but it's the Revolution Pet Pro, something like that. I'll leave all the links down in the description box for everything that I'm using. So I run through this. First solution that I use is the Bissell carpet cleaning solution and the water, and then I come back and I go over the carpet again with just water and vinegar. That helps to rinse out the soap so your carpet doesn't get dirty as quickly, and it also softens the fibers, so the vinegar helps with softening. For those of you that don't know, you can also use vinegar as a fabric softener, and it's a lot better for your clothing than the store-bought fabric softeners. And it's better for your machines and in general. But that's what I'm doing right here. I'm doing water and vinegar, and then I will let the carpet dry overnight and then come back at this the next day, and I will start doing the cleaning of chandeliers. I'll wipe down the wallpaper, I'll clean the window, and I believe there's something else that I'll vacuum again, because you never can vacuum too much apparently. And then I will start bringing in some furniture and some picture frames and going through the whole setup. This really did cost pretty much $0 because I had already purchased everything in the past, so it's not technically $0. The things that I did buy special for this room basically was a curtain rod. So I've already hung up the curtain rod and everything, but I did purchase that a couple months ago, and I got it from Amazon. So I will leave, like I said, the link to that in the description box below. And I didn't really purchase anything else. I purchased a picture frame from IKEA a couple months ago, but it wasn't intended for this space. So at the end of this video, I will actually do a rundown of how much everything cost, because I bought paint, but I used the paint in the kitchen renovation as well. So it's I still had a lot of ceiling paint and wall paint to go on to the next couple rooms. So it's this really did cost me pretty much nothing, except for I did buy the curtain rod specifically for the room. So here you see me wiping down the wallpaper. This is the original wallpaper from 1977 when the house was built. It is a toile design, and I wanted to keep it because growing up as a child, this was the only wallpaper in the house that I really, really did enjoy and love. So I wanted to keep it and preserve it and keep it in the house, and it also helps that it's part of my color scheme with the blues. So that's why I'm trying to do my best at preserving it and keeping it attached to the walls. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the rest of the cleaning, and I'll come back in here shortly. The way that you make me feel, I don't know if you're real. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night, put you in that spotlight. Oh, you make me feel right, wanna look at you all night, put you in that spotlight. Oh, you know you're beautiful, you know you're beautiful, and it's like you're untouchable, like you're untouchable. Don't you know? You know you're beautiful, you know you're beautiful. I'll sing until my lungs give out, you're beautiful.
close, don't wanna take it slow. Ooh, I just want you now. I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you make me.
So as you can see, I am cleaning the window, and I do go outside to clean the window, and then I come back in and I still see streaks out there, so then I end up going back out there to do another clean of the window because I didn't like the streakiness of the window at that point. And as you can see on the right hand side, I have put up, basically it's construction paper, green construction paper, and I put it in the position of where I would want these picture frames to be on the wall. There's a total of 6 picture frames. I had these already, and I purchased them from Michael's ages ago, and I left this clip in here with the cats fighting because it's my daily life, or the cats always play fighting. But when I got in here to change out the pictures, I didn't really want to have the pictures that I had in there previously up on the wall in the dining room. I wanted to basically personalize the space a lot more than the house has been. So my children are my little fur babies, my cats. So I went ahead and printed off new pictures to fit into these picture frames. And all I did was used regular old white printer paper and printed them off on my printer at home, and they look perfectly fine. On the pictures, I did alter them a little bit to bring out the blue, especially on the kittens when they were younger. They had gorgeous blue eyes that just were gorgeous. So I wanted to bring out the blue in those pictures, and to also bring blue into the room, because that's the whole thing about the room. I wanted to add a little bit more color to the walls, because the walls, the color is called Shell White from Sherwin-Williams. So it's a very, very, very pale beige, almost a white color. And as you can see, the cats are chasing the shining, the reflection on the walls. It's kind of cute. But now I'm going to go ahead and bring in the curtains. I had washed them and they sat in the dryer, or I did dry them for a little bit, but I don't want to shrink them, so I brought them out so that they could hang up on the curtain rod to finish air drying. And these curtains are sort of see-through, the blue curtains, so I went ahead and purchased some blackout curtains to help kind of block out the light, and so that no one can actually see through the windows, because these windows are facing the street. And it's also Texas heat. I wanted some thicker curtains to block off the Texas heat during the summer times, because it can get hot in the house without having some shade. And I don't have blinds on all of the windows just because they block the windows basically. So I like having natural light. And now we've hung up the curtains, and I am adjusting the curtain rod to make sure it's the right length on both sides. And mainly why I wanted to hang up the curtains was because I needed to figure out the spacing on this wall for those 6 pictures. So the night before, I was like, okay, let me just cut these pieces of construction paper out to size to match the size of the picture frames. And then I just kind of taped them to the wall and said, yes, this is how I kind of want the design. Now I'm coming through and trying to measure where the center is, and I'm leaving almost all of this stuff in here because it is not easy trying to line up these to be the right way. Anybody who and most of the YouTube videos, it makes that when I watch people that do their own hanging of pictures like this, like a gallery wall, they make it look so easy. It's not easy, especially when you have just one person doing all of this and you don't have someone sitting back looking at everything. So it's a lot of manual labor. So I'm leaving this in here for anybody else who is trying to tackle any of these type of home projects on their own, because it can be done. It just takes a little bit longer, and it may not be exactly perfect, but this was pretty darn near perfect once I was done. It's not completely perfect, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. I don't care. It's up on the wall. The pictures of the cats take the show. I don't look at the alignment of anything, and I'm happy with how it is. And then we will move on to something else. I think moving in some furniture after this.
I smell your breath, not listening, but I still hear you screaming. Going under. One step away till you hear what I'm saying. Sounds like thunder. And the clouds are closing in. You see, I know this, but the last days in real life I've noticed.
These bookcases were in my office, and I decided to bring them in and put them in the corner and kind of like bookend the table. So once you see the final picture, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I really do truly like how this is set up for now. And I am basically will be decorating it like a china cabinet. And I left this clip of Binks playing with his little ball in the video. But I am bringing in the other bookcase, and then I will also clean it because it's been a while since I dusted all of the shelves and the top, and it was both of these not dressers, but bookcases were pretty dusty, and Binks is still playing with his ball underneath the curtains. So I'm using the level to make sure that the bookcases are level, plumb, flush, all of the stuff to the walls. And you see me doing everything. I'm trying to get it arranged. There are little feet on the bottom of the bookcases that help to level them if you don't have a level floor. And I'm vacuuming again. And so I had to adjust that one bookcase. And then I am bringing in some mirrors because I wanted to hang a mirror here because I already had some holes, some screws put in the wall, but unfortunately my mirrors, none of them fit to the way that the screws were there, so I had to come in with another thing. And I'm bringing in this picture frame. This is the one that I bought a couple months ago, and from IKEA, and I did end up hanging it on the wall with one of those monkey hooks. So it's a very small hole in the wall. And I am redoing the mat on this picture frame. I purchased this picture frame and mat and picture from IKEA. I think I was still living in the apartment in the back of the neighborhood that I live in currently. So it's been, oh goodness, I moved in 2008, and I moved into that apartment in 2007. So it's been a very long time since I've had this picture frame, and unfortunately the picture frame, or the mat, was actually yellowing. So I am currently in a no-spend month, so instead of spending more money, I am taking some white wrapping paper that I had back in my storage closet, and I am wrapping the frame with the white wrapping paper. And I did this a long time ago in college with the tissue paper, where I would take mats and then put Mod Podge and Mod Podge the tissue paper onto mats to give the mats a different look. So it's kind of the same thing, but I'm not Mod Podging. I'm using washi tape because I think I'm out of regular Scotch tape. So I'm using, of course, washi tape that says meow on it, and I am just taping all of the sides to the mat, and then I will clean out the picture frame because all of the inside of the picture frames needed a good cleaning. And then I will put the mat back in and the picture, and then get this hung up on the wall. And I decided to put this back up on the wall. I had taken it down several months ago from where I ended up putting it, and put in the other one from IKEA just because I was like, okay, I want a different thing. Well, I'm putting this one back where it originally was, and that is because it kind of mirrors the other side of the wall where I have the pictures of the cats. Those frames are black frames, and this frame is black frame. So I figured I'd put the silver frame that you can't see, but it is hung up on the wall, the silver frame over there with the wallpaper, and then have these kind of black frames kind of do the symmetry type thing. And now I'm bringing in my table. and then the chairs, and I'm testing to make sure that it's far enough away from the wall and readjusting the table a little bit. I am trying to get this table pretty much almost center underneath this light. The light is not center in the room. I don't know who hung up the light when this house was built, but they did an awful job of centering this chandelier. But so I tried to get it as center as possible. I can't do it completely, but I did want to do that. I also wanted to center it because the table almost was, the front door is right there. So if you open the front door wide, it runs right into the chair. So I wanted to push the table further into the room so we don't have that problem. Now I'm putting the chair covers onto the captain's chairs basically. And so far, all of the furniture in the room is all from IKEA. The bookshelves are the Hemnes line, and then the table is Marcor, which is no longer an item for IKEA. It was discontinued a while ago. And then I think the captain's chairs are the Hendricksaal, and then I forget the name of the wood back chairs. And now I'm moving on to unboxing some boxes that I haven't unboxed for 4 years. These are boxes from my grandmother's house. She passed away in 2018, and when we went to pack up her house to sell it, my mom, my sisters, and I all went up there and were going through my grandmother's things and trying to figure out what we wanted to keep. And I just found a whole bunch of silverware. I don't recall that I had the silverware in my stack of things, and I ended up with the silverware. So I'm okay with that. I just have to figure out how to basically preserve it and to package it so that the silver doesn't tarnish. But I'm unpacking another box that had a lot of Christmas ornaments, and then I was unearthing a lot of china, crystals, and I'm showing you the Christmas ornaments right now. And then I found a lot of silver dishes for my grandmother as well. So I will kind of at some point show you all the dishes I unearthed and all the silver that I unearthed as well. But basically I thought I was going to be bringing in the liquor stuff because this is the entertaining area, but I decided not to. I'm going to put it back over on the wet bar and just let it sit there in the corner. Don't drink a lot. It's just a few bottles that I've collected, and I haven't opened up any of the bottles in a while. So as you can see, that piece is from West Germany, when there was an actual West Germany, which I just thought was really interesting. And then I painted that little dish towel for my grandmother. And I'm just going through all the other things in here and kind of showing you close-ups of what I found in here. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to decorating the bookcases and getting everything finalized in this dining room.
The traveling kind, it's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation. I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your
now we move on to polishing the silver, and I did get some shots of the tarnished silver, and you can kind of see it there in the lower right hand corner of the screen. And I am using this Wyman's silver polish, silver cream, something like that, and it does a wonderful job of getting off the tarnish. There were a lot of pieces I had to clean, so it took me a couple days to clean it, because, you know, I can only hold so much with my hand and then it starts cramping because, you know, the polish makes everything slippery, so I'm trying to hold on to it and then scrub that little pad on there and get the stuff off, but it definitely cleans up and makes everything look so much more shinier. And then a little bit later there will be a clip of all of the silver that was polished.
Tell me now if you want out. What are you saying? Come on and spit it out. I'm about to lose my mind again. How did you stop loving me? How is that even possible? How could we let love go? How could we move on? Why you wanna let me go now?
I'm gonna go and start putting all of this stuff that's on the table into the bookcases, and then I will fill in with some other things that are here, like greenery, to bring more color into the room, or at least into the shelves. But we're going to start off with this stuff because this is the stuff that I wanted to actually put in here, because it is stuff that I could use for entertaining, and I wanted to kind of showcase it a little bit. I will be eventually buying like plate racks or plate holders for some of these pieces, like that little platter that I was trying to put up in the corner, and so that way I could display them a little bit more than just laying flat, especially the ones that are decorative on the inside. But I'm making do with what I have right now, so that will be a cost down the road. And then I am throwing in a few cookbooks that I had, and they're not special cookbooks. It's, you know, my Betty Crocker, my Korean Instapot and Korean cookbooks, and then I think I have a crockpot one. So they're not special. They're just ones I had on hand. They're ones that I pull out, and I wanted to go ahead and make them a little bit more easier for me to get to whenever I do need to pull them out. And then on top of the cookbooks, I put these little baskets that I've had for a while that I purchased from Michael's, and they hold my cloth napkins, and then I am bringing in the rest of the Tablescape stuff. So here is a run through of everything that I did, how it looks right now. So the picture frame with the new mat, and then the shelf. And I tried to add some greenery, some height, some color, because these are white shelves, and the dishes are, you know, silver, white, and clear. So I wanted to actually like bring some design. Those bottom two shelves on both cabinets, I will eventually be going to IKEA to get some wicker baskets that fit into the bookcases, and that will be where I will put the napkins, some placemats, maybe candles in one of them, and then also the silverware, so that way it's kind of hidden storage. And then I can move some of the stuff around whenever I can get some of the plate stands. And I'm putting the silverware there for now because I have nowhere else to put it. These are the curtains. I bought them from IKEA, or not from IKEA. Why do I keep saying that? I bought them from Amazon. I will leave the link if they are still available down below. I also got the blackout curtains from Amazon and the curtain rod from Amazon. So I will leave all those down below if they are available. and I just liked them because they are embroidered. They're more of like linen type material, and then the curtain rod kind of brings the traditional style. So I have traditional, eclectic kind of style. It's hard to explain, but here are the pictures of my cats: Fifi, Jack, Sam, Binks, the 3 black cats together, and then Fifi. The 2 bottom ones are the more recent pictures, and the top 4 when they were all little kittens. And then I have my Last Supper carving that I purchased in Haiti when I visited Haiti.
What do you got? 'Cause I am gold, I'm golden.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds, because without you by my side.
Now we have this done, I can start showing it in my cleaning with me videos. I hope everybody enjoyed this transformation, and I hope you join me on my next transformation, which will be the front room. It won't be much of a transformation, it will just be a refresh in there. Paint the walls, try to change the curtain rod in there as well. So please subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I post a video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it. I hope everybody will join me in the next video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes